Hello and welcome back to another episode of Farming Life at LaForge. So today we are getting started at the cereal harvest. So Dad is over on the second farm. He has made a start at the cereal. So we went over there this morning with the harvester. So myself and Mum are going to head over to the second farm now. So Mum's bringing them over some drums of diesel to fill up, and I'm going to get some footage for you. Also on today's video, Dad is going to be back at the muck spreader. So I think the next part of the rebuild is that he's going to turn it over. So there's a load of either fibre cement, it could be asbestos, we're not sure, so we're going to be careful at it. But he wants to basically flip the whole thing over, one, so he has access to the bottom half of it, and also just to tip all that stuff out and get it cleaned up. So that is that, and then after I will also show you a laser engraver that I got sent to review. So it got sent to me a while back. I've actually been using it, so I set it up. I'll show you some videos of setting it up, and I will let you know how I got on with it. Yeah, so I've been using that for the merch so far, just to be able to laser engrave our logo onto some things. So I will show you that at the end of the video as well. So that's all on today's video. I really hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. It helps out the channel. You can also subscribe if you want to stay up to date on farming here in France, and you can also leave us a comment down below if you want. So now let's get to the video.
So at the corn 2024, not hectic. Everything that could happen, it happened. Still it's okay, but it's, yields are down. There's a lot of green through it. When I sprayed it, we got a big thunderstorm about an hour after, which wasn't promised. And fertilizer, all that went on okay. Rain then, normally we don't get rain. This year we got lots of rain. During the winter then, another thing that happened after sowing it, we got an awful lot of rain. And then overnight we got awful hard frost, down to minus 11 or 12 I think. So that froze it. So maybe the ploughing, well I had planned to plough this year, just they say to plough every 3 years. But it was too wet to go plough. You'd have to plough and sow the one day, and I wouldn't have been able to do that, so I went back direct drilling this year, and that mightn't have helped it either. But anyways, there's corn there, there's grain there, and the straw there, and we just have to make do with what we have. So just doing a bit of grazing now, and finish off this field, and there's the field across the road, and that's about it. So the tricky kale seems to be the one that survived.
What have we sowed?
Well, this field here, we have sowed tricky kale and wheat, because we're not selling it. But the tricky kale is good to survive hardship. A lot of the wheat, or blade they call it in France, didn't survive. So I was lucky enough to have tricky kale through it. Now anywhere I have just wheat, it doesn't look good at all. And anywhere I have no tricky kale on its own, I have wheat and tricky kale. So not too bad that way. So just let it go on now and get it done, and bale it up tomorrow or the day after. And that's it. I'm glad this year I haven't as much as other years. So.
How much have you sown this year?
About 60 acres. Of well, say tricky kale and wheat. Like I said, we stopped sowing barley, about 6 or 7 years ago, because we were never lucky with that. And if you were lucky, you'd have a great year. So I see the neighbours still sow it, and this year it was all bit on the ground. heads on it, couldn't get in to cut it because it was earlier, and whether they sowed again or not, I don't know. You see, someone that's doing a lot of tillage have to have rotation crops, and now in the last couple of years sowing oilseed rape is not hectic either, and that's a very tricky crop to sow if you're not getting good prices and weather. So it's barley, for me it's either the wheat or tricky kale or rotated with grass or whole crop silage. On this farm, because it's a bit away from the other farm, I would rotate it with maize, but it's too far of a draw back to the other farm, and well, I can get lots of lads to help me, but then like I said before, I have to go spend days helping them, and all these days don't or they're not there, because when I'm cutting the maize it's right in the middle of the cabin, so you can't be gone for 2 or 3 days in cow's cabin, so you're kind of caught everywhere. So that's it. Okay. What was that like, Emily?
Is it running?
Huh?
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Finishing off the last of the bend of the straw, and over in the second farm, and I have the last and after all this work, that's where we end up. So, second bin is finished. Very hard to bail and hold the camera. So, you might see a few wraps there. We did in a while back. We made whole crop. So the bit grassy around the gate. A bit grassy around the gate, and just said we'd go in and just wrap the size 7 out. Wrapped up to 7, and should be touch and go with it okay. The seed is, once you're in to press the seed, should be okay. So that's it. So we're back at the compressor, or not the compressor, the mux brother. Just doing a few jobs this morning. We have the hubs all rebearded now and back on, and the wheels are back on. because I want to turn it over without damaging the treads, so I just pound the rims. This on here, not sure what's in the back of it is asbestos or fibre cement. One lad looked at it and said it was fibre cement, and another lad, he wasn't sure. So I'm not sure myself. And I don't think the crowd in the scrapyard would have had it there full of asbestos either, because they're all more into this, the health and safety, or they know all the rules and regulations better than I do. But so I have the suit on and I have a mask and the whole lot. So the plan is I'm going to turn it over in the yard here. It's after raining last night, so there should be no dust. It should be well dampened down. And we'll promise rain again after dinner. That's why I'm at it. And I'm going to turn it upside down, maybe completely, and get all the asbestos here on the ground, and then gather it up and put it in a bag. And after that, I don't know what to do with it. But I might get someone to make sure it is asbestos. But I'm not going to take any chances, because Emily's father had asbestos on the lung, and I know what that's like. So I just don't want to take any chances there. So, have the mess cleared up, power washed all that out. Don't think it was asbestos. Just giving that a quick rub down the baler. More greasings now. And there's the bottom of it. actually not too bad. Now, I think I'll just have 2 rams on another trailer that I never use the brakes. I think I'll put them onto this, and I haven't another bother trying to reseal them. So the only problem I've found with the machine since I came is here. I know, can you see it? You see there, someone welded that lump onto it, and I don't think that should be on it. So I'm going to I'll have to cut it off there all around, and the same up there, and maybe I'll have to put bolts through it or something. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 bolts straight down through it. I don't like it welded. It's a great chassis, good big sprung loaded drawbar. So yeah, underneath just looks worse than it is. It's not pitted at all, but you see it never got the rain. It was protected on the ground, so they're okay. So the plan would be now to completely finish the bottom, sandblasted and primer, put about 2 or 3 coats of primer, have the shaft and all in, and put the finish coat on the bottom, and then all that's done. I want a couple of grease nipples there, they're all freed out now, and they were all seized, and the back shaft here. So if I do all underneath now, which is no bother there, I get the pipes made up, there's only a few short pipes, get them made up, and Bob's your uncle.
So this is the delivery I have gotten today. So Algo Laser, it's the 22 watt laser engraver. So I got this with the idea for merch. So the idea is that I'll be able to do some of my own merch. I'll be able to laser engrave onto leather patches for things like the hats and caps. So I'm going to try and set it up now with Lexi before Mum and Dad get back for dinner. We need instructions, don't we? So this is the idea of it. I'm going to stop filming here just because the battery's about to die. But this will be the size it can go, and then I don't know if it's them. Yeah, these go up and down, and this bar here will be attached onto them. And that will go up and down as well. And that laser will be under, and then the laser can basically do that full round. It's actually bigger than I imagined. So it said 400mm by 400mm, which is just under half a centimetre or half a metre wide and long. Hopefully I can get all this together, and then I will show you it in action. So all in all, it took about an hour to set the whole thing up. The app is actually really easy to use. I just played around with it for a little while to see what settings work best for me. As well as burning on wood and leather like this, it can also engrave on metal and plastic, and it can cut through thin soft wood, thin layers of metal and plastic as well. I'm really happy with how the patches turned out. I think they look well on the caps, and I will leave a link below for anyone who is interested. So that's that for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.